Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Arnold Nerenberg. I've been licensed to practice clinical psychology in the state of California since 1974. I've been in the profession of psychology for over 50 years, and I've walked upon this earth for over 83 years. So I want to bring to you my insights and lessons and understandings of a lifetime with the hope and the intention of uplifting you and your loved ones for the rest of your lives. That's truly my intention. That's my intention. The title of today's presentation is, What Gains, if any, have you made from the honored teachings? What gains, if any, have you made from the honored teachings? I'd like to start the meetings by having everybody raise their right hand and recite after me. We're going to do the 4 commands of honor. I wish you well. I take full responsibility for co-creating my reality and my problems. I'm grateful for the power I gain from hardship. If you don't wish to address God or don't believe in God, we recite, I seek always to serve my highest values. If we believe in God as I do, then it's God, your wish is my only wish. Then you want to recite after that the bridge between honor and reality. What's the most honorable thing? To think, say, and do. You want to be, and in the way of honor and the honor teachings, we recite this 3 times a day for the rest of all our lives. And the results have been absolutely amazing and transformative. That's why we're going to talk about what gains, if any, you've observed. So I'm going to read some from the textbook, The Teachings of Honor. Of some of the gains that people have talked about. This is a text received from Christy, who sent me this text. Yesterday on a walk, a neighbor alerted us to an injured cat. I was able to approach and bring her home. It was an extremely hot day, and I didn't want her to be attacked by any predators. While I kept her cool, she ate a little, and Ryan and I used a dropper to get her hydrated. We didn't notice any external wounds, but she couldn't use her back legs. As she convalesced with us, we honored her with love as she slowly slipped away in the early morning hours. I posted throughout the neighborhood an online forum, but no one claimed her. I found a place that will cremate her. Ryan and I just held her close this morning as she slowly started to pass. I'm grateful for my pets and consider my love for all animals to be the best thing about me. We alerted the other neighbors of her passing, and I hope that our small act will be representative to others to help those in need when the call presents itself. This is my devotion to the honor and to the movement. Received a text from Ivan. Hi, Doctor. I've been conscious of being grateful for the power you gain from hardship and applying it in my life. One of my fears has been Alzheimer's. My mom passed and suffered till the end. I understand it's hereditary, and I've been hung up on it. What I realize is I've been getting hung up on it, our own mortality, and not being grateful for the positive memories of all the years of my mom and her selflessness and because I was hung up with the thoughts. I've been increasing my prayers to God to wish that God's wish is my only wish. And being honorable in these hang-ups doesn't stick to my mind and spirit as long. I've been open to a couple of friends regarding the 4 commands of honor and give them the card to recite whenever they feel pressed about issues they may come across. It works for me. Being and working honor is the path of least resistance. Thanks, Doctor. From Bridget. Hi, Dr. Arnold. The videos I watched this week, 1, insecurity and selflessness as a catalyst for how to be a true human being. Mental toxicity as a cause for physiological pathology. What the most honorable thing I can do in this situation. I really appreciate you share stories about your life in these lessons. You don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk, and the 4 commands of honor. My takeaway for the week was understanding I am grateful for the power I gained from hardship. I've always had the mentality that adversity helps you to grow, but it's been difficult for me to reflect and understand that my hardships made me stronger, and I was able to survive and move on. Your video reminded me that I did survive the things that I did, And I did gain power from those going through those hardships. I remember when I was homeless for a few months, living out of my car, but I was working out every day at the gym, still going to work, and still thrived under these circumstances. I just have to keep reciting the 4 commands of honor, understand what they mean, and apply it to every aspect of my life. Well, these are some. Now, I had a research project. We had about over 100. We had about 100 men and women, and we were looking to get another 100, but about a preliminary study where in 3 months and over, 89% of the people felt they gained in wisdom. We had people growing in honor. 95% felt they became more honorable. 68% felt more self-confidence. And we had many, but 23 dimensions that we did the research on, and we're still running that research. What I find in many of my interviews with amazing, wonderful, beautiful human beings that I get to see as my patients, beautiful human beings, and they tell me as they follow the commands of honor and the way of honor, which includes other dimensions, but the foundation is the 4 commands of honor and the bridge, but we have the supremacy of honor code. We have many other dimensions, but that will do the job. They tell me, my wife says I'm a much more patient person, that I'm better with the kids, that I'm more present. But other people, one would say, my husband noticed I'm much more patient. I don't get as irritable. In fact, and another say my mother was surprised I didn't get into arguments with her, that I was so respectful to her. So people hear, and that's what I want to focus on now. People hear from their loved ones, from their children, from their parents, from their significant other, that you're getting to be a better human being. So I want to open it up to all of our wonderful, lovely, beautiful human beings that we have now in our audience. And I want to hear from you. What have you heard since you've been in the honor program? What kind of feedback are you getting from people around you? Could be your wife, your husband, children, parents, cousins, friends. So I'm going to open it up now to you to share with us in your personal life. What have people been saying?
Hi, Dr. Nerenberg. It's Rachel.
Rachel, very happy to hear from you, Rachel.
So one thing that has been severely noticeable, especially within my mother has noticed that my conflict resolution has been more peaceful and thoughtful, meaning that I'm not quick to defend and I'm not quick-whipped.
So you're not as defensive.
Exactly.
So you're not just trying to protect your ego and prove you're right. You're doing less of that.
Exactly.
And
I don't have that need anymore to I don't necessarily need to be right. Everybody has a different perspective.
So is your mother very surprised that you made this kind of progress in the program?
Yeah, because the communication between her and I has always been a strained dynamic, and it's a lot better. And
that's from following the way of honor.
Correct.
That's a beautiful, beautiful thing, Rachel. Congratulations.
Thank you.
As they say in Farsi, Mubarak, as they say in Yiddish, Mazel Tov. Excellent. Excellent, Rachel. Thank you very much for sharing. That's huge, not to be less defensive. We all want to talk to somebody that's less defensive. Very hard to talk to people that get defensive. Whereas when somebody's like you are, Rachel, you can then reach them, talk to them, and they're going to listen. That's very honorable and lovely. Just lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you, Rachel, for sharing that. I'm inviting others to please share any comments such as Rachel received from somebody in your circle.
One of the things that I kind of, when I saw the theme of this talk, and it was basically how to build strength with honor, and it kind of reminded me of a movie. One of my favorite movies, actually, it's The Gladiator, and one of the phrases that they say to each other before they're going into battle or after is strength and honor.
Yes,
and I realized how those two kind of go hand in hand, just because somebody who obviously operates with honor is showing a lot of strength, and vice versa, somebody who has a lot of strength is going to have certain qualities like loyalty, honesty, patience, those kinds of things. And that character in that film demonstrates all those things. He's family oriented and things like that. And I think he's a very likable character.
I love that film, by the way. That's one of my favorites.
Oh, great. Yeah. So I just felt like, that character is very admirable, and it's because he operates with a lot of strength and honor, and you see it throughout.
Well, let me ask you this, Fernando. Have you noticed, has anybody said to you, I mean, you come along beautifully. You've got such radiance in you. Has anybody said to you they've noticed an improvement in you in different ways since you've been in the honor program?
Yeah, I think now that I've been in the honor program, one of the things that people have said is I'm always looking to serve people more instead of usually I'm very caught up and stressed out and things like that. And now that I have a little more peace, that I'm willing to kind of put myself aside more and my priorities and serve more, which is something that I've always wanted to do, but I just never felt like.
So what are people saying? I mean, that's a beautiful thing, and that's a very honorable thing that you're serving more. What specifically, if you can recall anything anybody said that they noticed this about you, and who said it?
Right. I think it was my parents just said, a lot more patience and a lot more understanding and just better at listening, for sure.
That's huge. Better at listening and more patience. You heard that from your parents, from your mother, your father, or both of them?
From both of them.
Boy, your parents know you. They really, They know you. Wow. That's incredible. More patience and listening more. That's huge. So basically you became less self-centered, which is real maturity. Excellent, Fernando.
Thank you.
Excellent. When everybody hears each other, it's very uplifting to the people hearing it. So please continue to share what people have noticed in your growth since you've been in the honor program.
Hi, Dr. Nerenberg. It's Lisa.
Hello, Lisa. Good to hear from you.
So my husband has significantly noticed that I'm so much less irritable. Like, I don't snap at him like I used to, and I'm just much more level-headed. Just recognizing triggers and just being a better listener altogether. Not
snapping at him. I'm sure he's got to appreciate that, Lisa.
Oh, absolutely.
Gary's got to love that.
Absolutely.
And did the bridge help you with that? What's the most honorable thing to think, say, and do?
Oh, absolutely. It really makes you second think before you start opening your mouth. You have to think about what your reaction is going to be.
Having a beautiful marriage, which I know we all run into issues, including you and Gary, but I know also you have a beautiful marriage. You deeply love each other. And so you're being better to your best friend and the person you love most. That's a beautiful thing to do.
It sure is a beautiful thing, and how our relationship has gotten significantly better just in this period of treatment, Dr. Nerenberg. It's been almost like a 380, or 360.
Well, 380 is good. 360 is good too.
A little extra there.
Yeah, a little extra. Unity in a marriage, this affects everybody. It's got to affect the children.
Oh, absolutely. And the children has seen such a difference in mommy too, in regards to just being that much more patient and with them.
Lisa, that's a beautiful feedback. Beautiful. And that
Thank
Gary
you.
Noticed that, your husband noticed that. That's extremely meaningful.
Sure is.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Hi, Dr. Nerenberg. This is Kathy.
Kathy, good to see you, Lon.
Hi, nice to see you. My husband has noticed a change in me, my daughter, and my mother. Because usually when I am with my mom, and I was with her in Mexico City in March, we always butt heads. We always argue. And this was the first time I was with her for 10 days, and we didn't argue. And she said, Kathy, I don't know what has gotten into you, but you've been calmer. You've been more patient with me. And I said, well, I'm glad, I said, I'm glad you noticed because I've been, seeing you. And she goes, she said, it's remarkable. We haven't argued at all. And so I just wanted you to know that it's helped me so much.
Well, I remember you telling me that story. How your mom's there helping the homeless and feeding them and one thing and another. I remember everything about you, Kathy. And you said, you said your husband noticed something? What specifically has your husband noticed?
Well, when we argue, I just, I wish him well. I take a deep breath, and then I would do the bridge on what I would do, because I don't want it to blow up more. I mean, because like I've been saying, we're going to be married for 40 years in December. We're too old for that.
So he noticed you're not adding fuel to the fire?
Exactly. And
wow.
My daughter has noticed that.
Your daughter too.
She notices that when I'm with my husband, I'm a lot calmer.
She said that to you. What exactly did she say?
She said, Mom, I really think this is helping you, because you would usually get all upset and yell at Dad.
You're just a beautiful human being, but this is just adding to that beauty that's already you.
Yes, yeah. Thank you.
You're most welcome, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yes.
So we're hearing wonderful feedback from the people in terms of how the art of teachings have been noticed by significant others. That's powerful. I'd like to hear other people speak up in ways that your loved ones have noticed the changes in you.
I have something, Dr. Nerenberg.
Who is this? Reginald. Yes, Reginald.
Well, one of the things that the honor with therapy, and it kind of reinforces me to try to do the right thing when nobody's looking. And that's one of the things that helped me, because I check myself because I'm trying to be honorable. So one of the things that I really just reinforce is that being honorable when nobody's looking.
Being honorable when no one's looking, that's the real definition of being truly honorable. And I want to ask you, in addition to that, has anyone in your circle of people noticed any changes in you since you've been in the honor program with the honor teachings?
Oh yeah. But my whole I get compliments all the time.
Okay, give me an example, Reginald. Just like, who said exactly what?
Okay, well, my daughters, they looked at me and they said, it seems like I don't get angry as much. And I used to kind of just talk, not really think, just come off my cuff. But now I kind of realize other people's feelings, so I try to make sure that I think before I talk, and I just don't just come off the cuff. And that has always been a bad thing for me. I was quick to respond. That's right, and I don't do it like that anymore.
Well, that's being noticed. Your daughters have noticed that. Reginald, that's powerful, powerful, powerful. Does anybody else notice anything, or just your daughters? Reginald?
I've noticed everything.
Yeah, you've noticed it. That's the main thing. God notices it. You notice. Yeah, that's a lot. Thank you for that, Reginald. Thank you. Excellent. So we're hearing beautiful feedback from people who following the way of honor, being with the honor teachings. We're hearing from loved ones saying, you're a better human being. I want to keep hearing us. Keep talking. Let me hear from others.
Doctor, this is Efren.
Efren, good to hear from you, Efren.
I'm always shy to speak, but I'm going to speak out today.
Congratulations. I'm grateful.
Thank you. So my brother, my wife, my daughter, they all notice that I'm more patient, listen to them a little more before I speak or get upset at anything. I just take a step back, take a couple breaths, and before anything comes out of my mouth, I think about what I'm going to say, because I have the tendency of say the wrong things and get somebody upset.
Well, if they're noticing that you're telling us that your family notices that you're kinder.
Definitely. So this program is helping very much, little by little, step by step, but it's working.
Efron, I'm really glad you spoke up and shared that. That's extremely inspiring.
Thank you, doctor.
Excellent. We want to keep the feedback coming in of what your loved ones, your circle is noticing, your circle of people are noticing about the changes.
Okay, so my husband and my mom have noticed, like everyone else, I've been more relaxed, more calm.
More calm?
So I'm usually angry all the time, no matter what, because I'm just so busy trying to get things done and move along. So my husband said that I have been being more patient and living in the moment. I usually rush everyone out. So now, like that saying, I'm here now, right now, enjoy the moment. I have to tell myself that, and then it relaxes me.
That's one of the laws of one. I'm here now, right now, enjoy the moment. So they feel you're less irritable. Before you was totally task-oriented, now you're more present.
Yes. And as well as like how you say you can't cure someone's addiction, but this program has helped me get back to my sobriety as well, because I have time for myself and I want better.
So it's helped you with your sobriety.
Yes,
Kat, yeah, that's so beautiful, Kat.
So I appreciate you guys, all of you.
Wow. These are powerful. That's powerful. I mean, that's, the fact that your family life is enhanced. They can feel your love for them more. You're not just into the task. You're also recognizing their humanity and giving to them in the moment. That's lovely, 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 Kat.
I'm grateful, very grateful.
Excellent. Well, we're getting great feedback from the families. We're getting great feedback from the families about each of you. Please continue to share.
Dr. Nerenberg, it's Ann Payment.
Ann Payment. Good to see you, Ann.
Good to be seen. Thank you. I was actually with some girlfriends from high school that I've known for over 20 plus years this past weekend. They've obviously seen me through ups and downs, right? And I think I told you that I had to wish someone well that I've known for many years that's lied to multiple people in this group. She was brought up this weekend, and I said, you know what? I said, just wish her well. I said, and everybody kind of just looked at me, and they started to go on about her. And I said, you know what? I said, she needs to take responsibility for what she's done. She created her problems. I said, wish her well. I said, until she can come to terms with what she's done, I said, you guys, you just need to wish her well.
Wow.
And there was kind of a moment of silence at the table. And it was kind of a little bit of an aha moment for some of the girls. And a few of them just kind of said, you know what? I said, unfortunately, I said, she's in a place that until she realizes this, you can't help her.
So what did they say to you, those couple that you reached?
Two of my friends had actually said, I can see you've grown from this. Sorry, I accidentally hit you.
So they say you've grown from this. Wow.
Yeah. And one of them had said, I can see that you've grown from this experience. And I said, yes. And I said, I'm in therapy and I've talked through this. I said,
you learn as you're applying the honor teachings.
Mm-hmm. And I said, the best thing that you can do is, I said, just wish her well. I said, and let her move on. I said, but until she knows and until she takes responsibility for what she's done, she's not going to be able to help herself.
Yes, and yet because you need to take responsibility for what you think and say and do, you realize that she's got to be doing that. Excellent, Ann. That is beautiful. Beautiful.
So
I think anybody in your group's going to remember. How many ladies are in that group?
There were 6 of us total.
6.
She was actually supposed to go, Dr. Nerenberg, and she...
Yeah. Well, the six, you had an impact on. They won't forget that day.
Yeah.
They won't forget it. Wonderful. I know we've immortalized your words in this video. It's all being recorded.
So thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you. Well, I want to thank everybody for sharing the stories that you have. It's my pleasure to be a facilitator, for sharing the stories, what gains, if any, you've made from the Honor teachings. Thank you so much for sharing those stories about how your loved ones have noticed your growth as a person. Thank you.
The sea of destiny is in your deepest struggle. God's will and mine be one, and I wish you well. You are co-creator, respectfully real. There's a way in the valley that turns weakness to steel. We're known through all eternity, from strife we gain power, clothed in grace and love, disciples of honor. All the days of our lives refuse the way of shame. We wish nobody harm, have no one to blame. Your high calling will be done, and pure eyes now glow. In darkness crave the good, like waters from the desert flow. I pledge my love all the days of my life. I pledge my soul to all that is good. I pledge my heart to my brothers and sisters, who I join in the light, leave a legacy of honor. We're known through all eternity, from strife we gain power, clothed in grace and love, disciples of honor. All the days of our lives refuse the way of shame. We wish nobody harm, have no one to blame. Your high calling will be done, and pure eyes now glow. In darkness crave the good, like waters from the desert flow.